because my conflict was with my mother. And what I learned from Morna is that we always have, the strongest ties that we have are with family. So, and that's where we have the greatest opportunity to clean our stuff. So I had a problem with my mother, and as I cleaned only on myself, because the problem and the conflict is my perception of what I feel that she wasn't seeing my point of view. As I cleaned more, then rather than seeing with conflict through the eyes of memory and hearing and speaking through memory, if I get to do the cleaning, get to zero, and then I'm inspired by the divinity, then as the years went by, and it took years, as the years went by, I could see a different, I changed. And then my whole perception of my mother changed, so I became more loving, more understanding, realizing that the way my mother was reacting to me was what, she couldn't help it. Because basically she was just repeating the lifetimes of her mother, her mother's mother, generations. And so when I was introduced to this Ho'oponopono process and applied it, then I could see how I was able to clean with my mother. And then I could see toward the end, at the time when my mother was ready to transition, I was more compassionate, more loving, and that I became the mother for my mother. And then I had that opportunity to see that now I'm the mother, my mother needs care now. How am I going to treat her? And so I treated her with more compassion, with more love and more understanding. So I had the beautiful transition of sending my mother to the divinities. My mother passed in my arms, and I was able to send her directly to divinity, and I think that is the most precious gift that I have, and I can only attribute that to by applying the Ho'oponopono process. So we have generations, we have lifetimes of these conflicts with parents, and many times the roles have changed. In other lifetimes, I may have been the parent to the, so what I had learned through Morna is that these roles are repeated or reversed, but the ties are still there. And so when we do the cleaning, what we're doing is we're cutting the ties. First, we're making amends to divinity through repentance and forgiveness, and we're cutting those ties, freeing not only myself, but everyone else, especially my family, of all these memories that tie and bind us together and prevent us from moving and going forward. And realizing our own potential, what our own purpose was. And that's through inspiration, not by how, many times you will see parents, whatever profession they are, they feel that their children should follow in that profession. And then I learned through Morna and applying with the Ho'oponopono process is that really the child should be allowed to its own identity unfold. And that is, for me, would be the greatest gift a parent could give to the child versus making a demands or predetermining who and how the child should be as an adult. And so I've been very grateful to have that experience.